Welcome to Under the Magnolia Tree. This man is a devoted man of God. He's a husband, a father, an ordained pastor, an entrepreneur, owner of Carter Studios LLC, which is a thriving videography and photography company. He is the rap realtor. He is also a Christian hip hop artist with 3 solo albums, 2 group albums, and a mixtape to his credit. And last but not least, he is the founder of Kingdom Builders Club, which is an organization focused on teaching biblical financial principles.
Did I type builders or billionaires? I meant to type billionaires.
Kingdom Billionaires.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, let me go back. Founder of the Kingdom Billionaires Club, an organization focused on teaching biblical financial principles. With no further ado, Mr. Mike Carter.
Yay! I think the very first time I met you, I was working at home furniture, selling furniture, and your mom came in the store. I was helping your mom.
Yes.
And I remember you coming in and helping her, blase, blase. And then kind of through real estate and just crossing paths, we connected, and it's just grown from there, you know? Yes. I love what you're doing. I have always loved what you do.
Thank you.
And then I got the privilege, once my photography and videography business took off, to start working with you on your real estate closings.
Yes.
And then that's when our relationship really went to the next level.
Yes.
And so I'm grateful for it, and I'm grateful to be here today. Shout out to KD. I ain't gonna tell you where that KD come from. We're gonna leave that alone.
If you know me by KD, then you know me now. That's what.
That was a long time ago.
Years ago. That's for a whole nother episode.
Yeah.
But so let's talk about your mindset when it comes to entrepreneurship. So at what age would you say was the pivoting moment for you jumping into entrepreneurship? Like, what would you say? What was your first business?
So my first business was financial coaching. That was the first thing that I really thought I was gonna make a whole lot of money off of, and I do think it's gonna happen again eventually. Yeah. And then I went into content creation, where I was planning on doing content for small businesses and entrepreneurs, either managing their social media or just doing content for them. That's actually how the door opened for me to become a videographer, photographer. That's a whole nother story. But man, entrepreneurship for me is crazy, because if you were to look at my resume, I got a whole bunch of jobs. Like
Oh, let's get into it.
a whole bunch of jobs. Like I used to.
Give me 3. Give me 3.
I've managed loss prevention for Lowe's, Home Depot. I was in furniture sales at Conn's Home Plus and Home Furniture, where you met me. Man, I've done security for Target. I mean, I've worked so many different places. So much so, the last job I had before I quit my job and went full time into entrepreneurship, I was a store manager for Hibbett Sports, and the regional vice president didn't want to hire me because she saw my resume and she said, I can tell he's not going to be here long.
Oh, wow.
But the district manager, who was directly over me, he was so impressed by my interview, he fought for me anyway.
Yeah.
But she was right, because I was only
How long did you stay?
I was only there a year. But my point for bringing that up is, I didn't know it, but the entrepreneurial spirit has been alive in me for a long time, which is why I was never fulfilled working a 9-to-5. Now, some people are, but I just never was.
Yeah.
And it finally hit me in 2022, where I realized that I'm never going to be satisfied working a 9-to-5.
Come on.
I have got to get into what it is that God has put on the inside of me, which is the creative ability to make money.
Yeah.
And make a lot of money. Now that I'm making a lot of money, I see that I've always had the creative ability to make a lot of money. So June 29th, it was my last date at Hibbett Sports. I took a leap of faith, and when I tell you, it has been through the roof ever since.
Come on.
So that's my entrepreneurship journey. It just was me having a light bulb moment that there's a reason why I keep having all these different jobs.
Yeah.
It's because I'm just not fulfilled working a job.
Yeah.
My true calling is in entrepreneurship.
So out of all of your careers or your current businesses that you have, would you say that you're full-time in every one of those? Or what would you say is your main source right now?
I would say the main source is videography, photography.
Okay.
Because it's providing for me and my family so lucratively, Of course, I'm I'm a realtor, and I'm trying to get into that.
Wait, you're a rap
The rap realtor,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Right, the rap realtor, and I'm really trying to push that. And I will be honest, it's not moving at the speed I would like it to move.
Okay.
Partially because my other business is doing so well. It's like the time I put into that is taken away from time I put into
Yes.
real estate.
Yes.
So once I can balance that out, then I think I'll do a little better over there. But photography and videography is so like it's through the roof, man. It's glory to God.
Yes.
That I can't take my hands off of it. Not right now, anyway.
Yeah.
I'm working the scale and to give me some more photographers under my belt so I can start paying people for gigs and I have more time to myself, that type of thing.
Yes.
But as of right now, I'm hands-on.
Okay, so let's talk about your video and photography business. How did you acquire your first client?
Okay, so here's where the testimony stuff and the miraculous stuff that comes into play. So I told you that I was doing I was planning on doing content creation, right? So one of the things that God told me to do consistently was to network, to get out and network. If you're watching, networking is extremely important. Yes. So that's what I started doing. Right when I quit my job, I had a plan to go into content creation, financial coaching. I'm going to start networking. So I was invited to this luncheon that happens at UCFM, United Christian Faith Ministries, Pastor Mark Ellis. They have a luncheon the first Wednesday of every month. It's a business luncheon, and it's designed for business people to come in and connect, and then he preaches a word to encourage. So I went to this meeting one time. First time I went, I didn't mention my content creation business. I was only talking about my financial coaching because I thought that was going to be my bread and butter.
Yeah.
So I got ready to go the next month, and then I was like, you know what? I'm not going to go because I was underwhelmed the first time.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go back. Well, the guy who originally invited me, he texted me the day before. He was like, are you coming tomorrow? And I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and go. Right when I accepted that invitation, God spoke to me and said, I want you to mention your content creation business this time. It's the first time I didn't mention it.
Yeah.
So I mentioned it when I get to the meeting. When we stand up, we have to tell everybody what we do, tell them my name. I said, I'm a financial coach and I'm a content creator for small businesses and entrepreneurs.
Yes.
Boosie cousin Donk happened to be in that meeting. I didn't know he was going to be there.
Yeah.
God knew though. That's why he told me to say what I said, because he heard me say that. And at the end of the meeting, he walks up to me. He's like, hey, man, I heard you say you do content creation. I'm going to be preaching for 2 days in Plaquemine. I want you to come and video me and I'm going to pay you.
Was he your first client?
He was my first client.
Get out.
He was my first paying client.
Oh, come on.
All I had was my iPhone at the time.
Yeah.
I hadn't bought, because I wasn't planning on being a videographer, photographer. I was doing content for people on my phone. He wanted me to come and film him. All I had was my iPhone. God had been talking to me about use what's in your house.
Yes.
So I took my phone and I went and recorded him for the next 2 days. He paid me. I posted those videos. My business hasn't stopped since.
Come on.
Literally, it hasn't stopped since. So it's like God was waiting for me to take that leap of faith and to follow him. But it was the networking and me being willing to get out and talk about what I was planning on doing that allowed that door to open. Because had I stayed at home, that wouldn't have happened.
So when you started this business, what would you say what was your initial financial investment in that business?
Initially, it was nothing because I just used my phone.
Right.
But over time, I had to buy camera equipment, which is very expensive. For those of you who are looking to be photographers and videographers, let me tell you, cameras are expensive, lenses are expensive, microphones are everything is expensive in this business. So I would say the biggest investment was a camera. Actually, a camera I have now, and I bought this particular camera because my main focus is videography, even though the photography is taking off too. I wasn't even planning on doing photography. Somebody asked me if I take pictures, and I was like, I guess I can. So I did it. And then when I took pictures, then people started calling me to book me for pictures.
Right.
So, but the initial investment was really my time and my faith, to be honest with you.
Yes.
Financially, it wasn't that big of an investment. So I would say for anybody who's starting in entrepreneurship and they believe that they can really do it, your number one commitment I mean, your number one investment is going to be your commitment. You got to be committed to it.
Yes.
You know, and then after that, once you start getting business, because my mindset was my business is going to pay for all of the other stuff.
Yeah.
So my business paid for my cameras. My business paid for my lenses. My business paid for mics. My business paid for gimbals and C-stands and soft boxes and flashes and all that stuff I have now.
Right.
The business paid for it. Here's another thing I would say to y'all watching, if you're in business, invest back into your business.
Yes.
When the money starts coming in, the first month I hit 5 figures, I did not just go and start spending money like crazy.
Yeah.
I started saving money so that now I can invest back into better cameras. And now that I'm more skillful with the camera, I know I don't really need a super expensive camera. So now I'm investing in lenses, and now I'm investing in lighting, and now I'm investing in things like that. So the initial investment was commitment, but as you keep going and you start making money,
Yeah.
you definitely got to invest back in your business.
Right. So to the people who are watching, let them know how long you have actually been in. How long has it been in your business?
So that situation with Donk happened in September of 2022. And I would say that was the first paying client. And I'm going to say March of 23 is when it really took off.
Gotcha.
Because I was getting stuff here and there. But in March of 2023 is when it really took off. So we're talking about a little over a year and a few months.
Yeah.
What's this? We in September?
December.
So like a year and 6 months.
Yeah.
That's how long it's been.
So what challenges have you faced within that year and 6 months?
You know, I thought about that question. And to be honest with you, I haven't. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. Yeah. I haven't faced any challenges. And I'm not saying that any aren't gonna come.
Right.
But I just have not. Like, it's been literally like this since I started. I guess I maybe a challenge would be, I don't know.
Would it be balance?
Not even that. No. Because one of the things that I've done consistently with my business and my family is making sure that I don't ever, for instance, me being in business full time now has allowed me to take my son to daycare every day and pick him up every day.
Yeah.
He has therapies because he was a preemie, so his development has been a little slow, but he's talking like so much right now. We are overjoyed because he's talking so much now.
That's a blessing.
But I'm able to take him to all his therapies. Yeah. His mom works for the state. She works 9 to 5. So I have the flexibility.
Shout out to Rashida.
What's up, baby girl? I have the flexibility to do whatever I need to do for him. And I don't take that lightly. I've never taken a gig that would interrupt with that.
Right, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Because that comes first.
Right. Yes. So for me, and I think it's because for years I've spent time really thinking about this stuff.
Yeah.
Really thinking about how my family is my first ministry, and you know I don't want to do anything or make any monies. What's the word I want to use? At their expense. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So the balance part has been kind of easy for me, simply because videography has given me so much flexibility. Like, it's given me a tremendous. My weekends are typically booked.
Yeah.
My weeks are starting to get booked.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's booked weekends, and through the week I have something here and there. So I'm able to do a lot of editing. I'm able to do a lot of business things while he's at school, while my wife is at work. So when they come home, I got time for them.
So you're a one-man show right now.
Pretty much.
You actually film, edit, do it all, schedule, all of that.
Yes. It's getting to the point though where I'm about ready to outsource.
Hey, come on.
Yeah. It's getting to that point.
Yeah.
Because what I wanted to do first, and the reason why I hadn't done it sooner, because I really could have done it sooner with the amount, with the demand and the amount of work that I have. I've wanted to hone my craft. Like, I wanted to be great at editing before I outsourced it.
Yeah.
Pictures and video.
Yeah.
And me saying I'm great is not why I feel like I am. My clients.
Absolutely.
And the people who consistently contact me.
Yeah.
And they say your work is phenomenal.
Right.
You know, like I don't do this often, but every now and then when people hit me up about stuff, and if there's a budget issue, I tell them, I say, okay, well, what can you do?
Right.
And this is the response I get so much. well, I don't want to lowball your incredible work.
Yes.
That's what people tell me.
Yes.
So that lets me know that I've honed my skills to a place now where I can be satisfied with the fact that I can do this on a high level.
Yes.
So now I'm like, okay, so now I know what to look for when I outsource.
Yeah.
The editing has to be at a certain level in order for it to have my brand on it.
Correct.
So I can go to what is it, Fiverr? I can go to Fiverr, and if I see an editor on Fiverr, or I can, maybe put out an ad, but it's got to be a certain level.
It does, right?
So now, I'm in a place where I kind of want to outsource. What I also do now too is I have other photographers and videographers who have reached out to me because they've seen how fast my business has grown, wanting to work with me. So what I do is I partner with them. If I have two people that want to book a wedding on the same Saturday, I can do one. I can't do both of them.
Right.
But I have photographers and videographers who can.
Yeah.
So I pay them. So that's working right now. I got that going on right now.
Right.
And I'm looking to build a team to do that because I'm not about to turn down all this money that's coming. I'm just not about to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's shift it a little bit. Let's talk about your music career. How is that going? Do you feel like it's taking a little seat back because of?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. But I love the music so much though. I'm extremely gifted at it. So I'm never going to stop doing it.
Yeah.
Like never. It's just that, like I said, it's a matter of, so I guess balance from that standpoint and all the other stuff I want to do is a struggle. Yeah. Because, I've just been riding the horse that's been working for me. But I put out a couple singles this year that I was able to get in and do. But now that I'm doing the Rap Realtor, I have to continue to put Rap Realtor videos out to continue to market that. Yes. So it's all intertwining, but the music is my heart. Yeah. I just love writing. I love going to the studio. I love hearing the finished product. It just, I don't know. I just love it. I've been doing this since I was 17. So yeah. I started rapping at 17, freestyling before football games with my teammates.
So were you like how the high schoolers had the pencils?
We didn't do pencils. We just be in the locker room before games. Everybody looking to get crunk. And I never forget one of my teammates, Quentin Jones, shout out to Q Jones. He started freestyling one Friday. And then all of us started freestyling. And so we did it. We would do it before every game. And my teammates started coming to me and they was like, bruh, you be raw when we freestyle. You might want to consider writing. All right, y'all. Yeah. You go throw us a little bars? Put me on the spot. Let me see.
You better give you a topic?
Give me a topic. Give me a topic and then you can do the pencil.
No, I can't do the beat.
You can't do the beat? Okay.
Okay. Let me see. Entrepreneurship in its first year.
Okay. Okay, I need a beat. I need some kind of beat. Let me.
All right, hold on.
Okay, no, we ain't gonna do that because that's gonna mess up.
I got you.
You got it? Yeah. Here we go. Entrepreneurship in its first year has been splendid. Oh yeah, I meant it. God sent it. I'ma receive it. All it took was me believing. I'm making money. It ain't funny unless I wanna laugh. I lay back and then I take a bath so I could relax with me and my family. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's
You got that one. I love it.
I could have kept going. But yeah, it's just something that I've always loved, and it comes easy to me. Like it's really natural. So shout out to all the hip hop artists out there, especially Christian hip hop artists. Keep doing what you do. Yes. And you know what gets me? Like people always, I see it all the time. People say, I'm 44 years old, and people always say, if you over 40 still trying to rap, you need to give it up. Well, maybe I ain't trying to blow up. Maybe I just love what I'm doing. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I just love expressing what I feel when I write. Yeah. Maybe I'm trying to inspire the next generation. You just never know. So Don't listen to people if you over 40 who say that kind of stuff. Don't listen to them. Keep doing what you do.
So let's talk about your day-to-day. So what does your day-to-day look like?
Okay, so now it's changed drastically now because 2 weeks ago I hired a personal trainer. So now I am in the process of transforming my physique. So next time you see me, I probably won't look like this. That's what I got that big bottle of water that I came here for. Gotcha. So now it consists of probably around 4 a.m. to 4:30, I'm in prayer. And then at about 6 is when I'm either going to the gym for that first 20-minute fasted cardio, or I'm doing something on YouTube.
Yeah.
Just to get that 20-minute fasted cardio in. I'm cooking my egg whites at 7 because I got to eat egg whites and spinach and the Ezekiel bread. Shout out to Ezekiel bread. Then after that, I'm taking my son. If it's not therapy, it's just taking him to daycare at around 8:30, 9 o'clock every morning. And then once that's done, then I come home. I do go to the gym and get my main workout in, and then I'm coming back and I start editing. So I start.
So you work out twice?
Yeah. The first one is, it's 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Like my trainer I can't do no more than 20 minutes of cardio, but it's got to be intense cardio.
So is that like a non-negotiable, even in your business? Like if somebody wants to, book a shoot or something and you got to go work out at 12, like how does that look for your schedule? I love that.
So now if they want to book I don't have a certain time that I have to work out. So if they want to book in the middle of the day, I'll just move my workout around it. But the workout is going to happen.
See, that's so hard for me. So how my day is set up is, of course, get up, get your kids ready. Mm-hmm. By that time, I'm exhausted. I don't even want to go to the gym. But right after I get the kids on the bus, that is my workout time. But sometimes real estate kind of conflicts
in the way.
with it. And it's gotten to the point, like the past 2 weeks, I have not been able to get into the gym. But I actually got in there today. So, hey, gym, saw you this morning. But it's a struggle for me because I try to set those boundaries.
Yeah.
And I notice when I don't get to the gym, it throws my entire mental state off.
Yeah.
And so I feel that when you say like it's a non-negotiable, like I really have to set that for myself as well. It has to be a non-negotiable because my health and my family are going to come first, period.
Absolutely.
So it's just so hard when you're an entrepreneur and, like with us, it's commission based, And so you pretty much are kind of running on other people's time. But when you really sit down and think about it, if I say, hey, 9 o'clock,
yeah,
you're going to figure out a way to rearrange your schedule, not me.
Absolutely.
And I have been doing that for so long, is allowing people to run my schedule when it should be the other way around.
Yeah. Yeah. And the only thing I would say, and it's because I don't have, see, me and you may be two totally different people. You may need yours to be at 9 a.m. I don't necessarily need it to be at that time. Now, I do prefer to do everything in the morning because I'm much more of a morning guy than I am an evening person.
Yeah, me too.
But because I'm so committed to this because I'm going through a total life transformation right now. That's something we'll talk about off the camera. But because I'm so committed to it, the time doesn't matter. It just has to happen.
Yeah.
So like yesterday, my wife, I have my son all day on Tuesdays because he has therapies in the middle of the day. So it doesn't make sense to take him to daycare.
Gotcha.
Well, my wife doesn't get off till 4:30. She typically doesn't get home until about 5:15.
Yeah.
So I had to go work out when she got home. But guess what I did? I went and worked out when she got home.
Yeah.
Because I'm committed to it.
Yeah.
Not to mention I grilled for them yesterday too. So when I finished working out, I got on the grill.
Yeah.
Stuff that literally I just dread doing in the evening.
Yeah.
I'm committed to this process. And so whatever it takes. And so I would say to you, whatever it takes.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct.
If it means telling people no, listen, can you call me at 10 o'clock? Because from 9 to 10, I'm working out.
Oh, that phone, the fitness app pops up?
Yeah.
And everything is on silent.
Yeah, there it is.
But it's still in the back of my mind because the way my mind is structured is if I see somebody call or if I see that text message come through, like I cannot just put it to the side.
Yeah.
Like I have to answer it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that is like a struggle for me in my business is it can wait. It is not an absolute emergency. But for some reason, my mind, it doesn't click in my mind to say, hey, it can wait. And then my workout is completely destroyed because now I'm trying to put out some kind of fire on the other end, you know?
Absolutely.
So
one of the things, when my business started picking up, one of the things God said to me, and y'all gonna hear me say a lot about what God said to me because I'm a devout man of faith. One of the things God said to me was, everybody doesn't need to have access to you all the time.
yes.
So because I would be working and I'd get phone calls that were literally taking me away from my work. And I felt like I had to answer them. Mm-hmm. So I was like, you know what? After God told me that, I was like, okay, well, if I see that call come through and I know that even though that's my boy or somebody that I know and I love him and I want to talk to him, they got to wait until I finish my work.
Yeah.
Because this is what has to happen.
Right.
And when I started doing that, talk about productivity through the roof.
Yeah.
So you're literally going to have to tell yourself at certain times, even your clients, they don't have access to me right now. Not right now.
Right.
If you know you're gonna get back to them, you know what I'm saying. I understand. We are business owners. I pride myself on responding to DMs fast when people are trying to book me, right? But that still doesn't come before a task that I'm focused on. You know why it took me so long to send you that stuff you sent me today? Because I was working out when you texted me.
I get it. I get it.
That's just my mindset.
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna respond to you.
Right.
But I'm locked in on, and then it was leg day. Today was leg day.
Terrible.
Baby, I had to concentrate. Do you hear me? I had to concentrate to not give up. On the third exercise, my legs were screaming. I was like, oh my God.
That's how I was. I was on the elliptical this morning, and for whatever reason, my legs just kept giving out. And I was like, man, I'm about to get off. Literally, I was 10 minutes in. I was like, I'm getting off. But I said, no, I got to get this full 30 in.
If I had texted you back, I probably would have skipped the next 2 eggs and left. But I was like, nah, I'm going to hit her back when I'm finished because I need to mentally focus because my legs are wobbly right now.
Yes.
You know, so as long as...
You're easily distracted with that, you know, and I get that.
And your intentions are pure. As long as you know your intentions are pure.
Right.
You know, you need to structure it the best way that, because if you're not in good spirits, then you ain't responding to your client. They ain't good for them anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely prioritize you.
So with all of your businesses, did you have a structured business plan?
Like the one they tell you to have when you go into the bank?
Say, hey, we need you to write this business plan down. No. So how did you know, like, hey, I'm going to jump into, you know, this level of entrepreneurship?
Faith, honestly.
Ooh, yes.
That's how I knew.
Yes.
I just believe that if you wait until all the lights are green before you leave the parking lot, you'll never leave the parking lot.
You're right.
And I had a plan per se that I wrote down of what I wanted to do. I didn't have a structured business plan to go to a bank with or anything of that nature or SWOT analysis or all that kind of stuff that I've done after the fact.
Yeah.
But I had a plan, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. And you know what's crazy? The plan I had is not even what I'm doing right now. That is the absolute most amazing thing. So when I got my real estate license, this is how, and just to be transparent with everybody, I'm debating on whether I'm going to stay with real estate. Mm. And I'm debating it because it seems like it's such a struggle.
It's hard.
Maybe
it's a constant hustle.
Yeah, but not even from that standpoint, because I don't never run away from work. Because even the videography and photography is a lot of work.
Yes.
But that just has come so easily, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's almost like pay attention to what's working and what's not and trim the fat, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Now, I'm just not ready to give up on real estate because my original goal was to get my real estate license and to pop off in real estate.
Yeah.
That's where my focus was.
Right.
But the videography and photography said, we got something to say about that. And it just took off. So I said all that to say that even though I had plans, they didn't even work.
It may just be not right now.
Absolutely. Because I don't want to get rid of the license at all.
But this is the thing. A lot of people don't see that part.
Yeah.
A lot of people are like, I'm going to just quit completely.
Yeah.
But the thing is you're seeing where God is shifting you.
Yes.
And you're following.
Yes.
And you're doing everything that you can to be successful in that business.
Yes.
So with that being said, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I honestly see myself completely hands off. Because the reason why I named my business Carter Studios is because I want that to encompass a lot more than just videography and photography. I want to eventually, produce and direct like short films. I want to have a whole staff of camera people and editors. The reason why I'm working so hard to establish myself as a high quality videographer and photographer is because that brand has to mean something. Mm-hmm. So when I start expanding and talking to people about let us come in and do your entire media package, because I want to add a marketing branch to this as well, because I have a passion for marketing and branding. Mm-hmm. I want to add a marketing and branding branch to it as well. And I said, okay, well, let us come in Let us do an analysis of what you got going on here. Let us come up with a plan for you, and then let my team execute it. I want to be able to do that, and I want people to be able to trust me because they know the work that I put forth.
So do you have a background of media or marketing? So you just learned this skill like
it's just something that I'm passionate
from YouTube
about.
University?
Like I've always had this thing where I would see people's pictures and I'd be like, man, why do these pictures look like that? They should look a lot better. Or who let that video come out of editing like that?
Yeah.
I've always been like that. Never thought I'd be doing it myself.
Yeah.
But I've always seen people's media and their content and always said it should be better.
Yeah.
Like when I see people do flyers a certain way, I've always been like, nah, that flyer represents you, man. It should look better than that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The fonts should be the same. And the picture, you shouldn't use that picture. Like I've always said that stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like now God done put me in a position I recognize it's been a gift of mine that I've had forever and just didn't even know. So that's where the marketing and the branding part.
Yeah.
Because I love to help people look great. No matter how I'm doing that, whether it's pictures, video, flyers, whatever.
Yeah.
I have a passion for helping people look great and presenting themselves in the greatest way possible. And so videography and photography enables me to do that. And people trust me to help them carry out their visions. And that to me is the most amazing thing. Like every time somebody tell me that, I'm like, wow, they like, I'm trusting you with this now. This is my vision, but I know you can make it come to pass. Okay, let's do it. So that's pretty much where I see that was the question, huh? Where I see myself in 5 years. Or did it, I don't even
It gets like that. I know.
Yeah.
You're so into it. And you forgot what you're supposed to say.
for real.
Can you describe a turning point in your business journey where everything started shifting?
Okay, so yes, this is another testimony time. So one of my best friends since high school is Derek Butler. He goes by Easy Picks. Shout out to Easy Picks. His brand is humongous.
Yeah.
And when I told him that I was doing videography and photography, he was like, cool, whatever. So it was probably maybe a month after the situation with Dunk took place, where God spoke to me and he said, I want you to reach out to Easy Picks and I want you to ask him if he'll let you partner with him to do some work. I was like, okay, cool. I said, but all I got is my phone now. I didn't have a camera at the time. Easy Picks got this huge brand. I'm like, I don't want to go work with that man. And I got an iPhone. He got a camera. So I didn't reach out to him. I had every intention to, but my plan was to get a camera first that I felt like was comparable to his work.
Yeah.
And then go in and ask him. A week later, he called me and he said, hey man, I see what you're doing. I want to help put you on. Come do some work with me. The work that you do with me, you can share it on your page like it's your work, and that's going to help you to get on. And I'm going to tag you in my post, blase, blase. And that's literally the break that really took it to the next level.
Yeah.
A lot of my early work that people thought was mine, it wasn't.
Really?
It was his.
Get out.
Me doing events for him.
Wow.
And he would allow me to post it.
Wow.
As though it was mine. So having, number one, a friend like that. Number two, who's not jealous, who's not
the competition,
who's not mad that you're getting into the same field that he's getting into.
Absolutely. Right.
Who's like, okay, let me go ahead on, because believe it or not, I reached out to a lot of people who are in videography and photography and never heard back from them.
Not a response?
Not a response. Nothing. People who don't have nowhere near the cachet that he has never responded back to me. Yet he opened up his door and said, come on, man, let me help you get on. Let me help you do. Now it's to the point where for a while, I was still, even after my business took off, I was still doing events for him. Now it's to the point where, I mean, it's just hard because if he has an event and he might need me, I'll be booked already, but I that was the break that really, really sent it through the roof. So shout out to my dog, Easy Picks, man. Love you. He know I love him. I'm forever indebted to him.
Yeah.
When I hit my millions in manifestation, he gonna get a whole bunch of big gifts, that type of thing, because I really, really appreciate him him opening that door for me.
Yeah.
That was huge.
That's very rare. And that's
very rare.
And that's in pretty much any industry.
Yeah.
You know, everybody wants to be so competitive, and it's like in real estate. It's enough houses out here for everybody to sell one. You don't have to steal people clients.
Right.
You know, everybody can have their hand, you know,
Right.
and whatever it is, but it's like the jealousy that comes with it. It's like, hey, look, we all trying to, you know, we all trying to be successful, you know? And so having that mindset, you know, a lot of people in the same industry won't have that same mindset, and you saw that for yourself. So
You know what it also is too? Not just jealousy, but it's a scarcity mentality. Like people thinking there's not enough because they just think scarce overall. You know what I'm saying?
but you know what I think too, Mike? I think it's people don't want to see other people like climb up the ladder. You know what I'm saying?
That's
I don't
to
want to see you
me.
do better than me.
To me, that's all wrapped in that scarcity mentality.
Yeah,
Because you think that somebody else shining is gonna take away from your shine.
exactly.
You don't realize there's enough shine for all of us.
Right.
There's more than enough shine for all of us. You know, I have photographer, videographer friends now who they stay booked. And guess what? So do I.
But you know what? You know what I see it most in? With our community.
Yeah, of course.
Because if I reach out to somebody that's
Our being black folk.
yes. If I reach out to somebody from another ethnicity, they're gonna help.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna be, well, what you gonna do for me? It's, hey, I'll help you get to where you trying to be. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem with our community is it's always, well, this is my cost.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or I need this. Or if you can't do it like this, then I'm not gonna try to help you. Or just like they did, just not even respond, period. Like I saw you read the message.
Right.
It say read.
Right.
But you never responded.
Right. And see, now I find myself in that same boat where people are reaching out to me now, and I make sure
Yes.
that I respond. Now, some of them, like I got DMs right now of people that I haven't gotten back with because I'm so busy.
Yeah.
But I have responded to them.
Right.
And I eventually go back and be like, hey man, I'm sorry, you know, I'm not pushing you off.
Right.
I just got so much going on
Yeah.
that I can't get to you as quick as I would like to.
Right.
But trust me, we're gonna get together. Like
Right.
I got about 3 or 4 guys who gonna be coming on events with me for me to train them.
Yeah.
And I just hadn't been able to get with them because I just be moving so much. So I really just need to slow down and
Yeah.
schedule them. So if you're watching this, trust me, you already know I done reached out to you, and I'm not dodging you. I just be busy. That's the reality of the situation. And I'm going to get back with you because I want to help as many people as I can because I know how it felt
Right.
to reach out to people who are really respected in videography and photography. Some who I've even worked with, some who I've spent money with. And you don't even have the courtesy to respond back.
Right.
Like I ain't saying you could easily say, hey man, that's mentoring is not something that I'm into right now.
Yeah.
But if I ever get into it, I'll let you know. You can't do that.
But that's the thing. People don't want to let you down. They feel like I don't want to respond with anything negative because I don't want to let you down. So the best thing for them to do is to just not respond completely.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
I'd much rather you tell me.
I feel the same way, but
Yeah,
everybody
like,
doesn't think like that. They just
I
like, I'm
guess.
just not gonna respond because I might say something that they may not like.
Maybe
You know
that's
what
what
I'm
it is.
saying?
Maybe that's why certain people when they inquire about a price and I give them my price, they don't respond back either. Maybe that's why too.
True.
Because they don't want to say nah. They don't want to disappoint me. You're not disappointing me. Just let me know. It's
Right,
cool.
yeah.
I might be willing to work with you.
Right.
That's what I be trying to tell clients all the time. Don't just eliminate it.
Yeah.
Come back and let me know your situation. Let me know your budget. Now, if it's got to make sense for both of us,
Right.
and if it doesn't make sense, I'll tell you that. But you might be in a spot where I can afford to still do it for you at that price.
Right.
But you just go away and don't never say nothing. You know.
Yeah.
Come back and let's talk about it.
So I want to mention this. So what was that? Last year before last. So this is when you first started your business, right? And I remember, I never forget, you reached out to me and you were like, hey, look, you know, I'm getting into, you know, photography and videography, you know, first session on me, right? So I was like, all right, whatever. I just pushed it to the side. I'm like, yeah, whatever. So then I ended up hosting the back to school event and I said, oh, you know what? Let me hit up Mike. So I hit you up, and honestly, it was probably last minute. It probably was like the week of the back to school
think it
event. 'Cause
was.
I wasn't even thinking about that because there was so many other things we was trying to get prepared for.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we need photography or videography, right? So I hit you up and I was like, look, I'm about to take you up on this offer. Can you do it? And what you responded? Do you remember?
Yeah, I think I said yeah.
So you was like, I'm doing I don't know if you was doing a wedding or something like that, but you was like, oh, I'm doing another event. But you know what? I got like 45 minutes. He was like, if that's cool, I'll come do it. So it's like, all right, cool. So he was like, is it inside or outside? And what I told you. This was last year when it was nonstop.
It was 1,000 degrees outside that day. It had to be. Oh my, it had to be. It was so hot.
But when I tell y'all Mike came through, what he said he was gonna do, he absolutely did. And when I tell you he got those pictures to me, probably like maybe an hour or two later, like literally had it to me that fast. So I really appreciate you for doing that.
Yeah.
And he's also done the second year back to school event, which he helped out tremendously with that as well. So
yeah, that video was popping too. I got so much feedback about that video. Yes, indeed. So many people was hitting me up from that video. So I want to talk about what you just said about how I reached out to you. So I was getting booked. I was like, my DM was going off, but I still was reaching out to people randomly offering free service. The reason why is because I'm a believer in sowing seed.
Yes.
I believe that where you plant, you'll get a harvest.
Yeah.
So not only that, of course, from the business aspect, it's more content that I have to post. So it's different types of events, different types of clients, that type of thing. But the main emphasis is on getting the seed in the ground. So I'm going to always do that. As busy as I am now, as booked up as I am now, I'm right now, this week alone, I have about $6,000 in inquiries.
Ooh.
Just this week, people who have been inquiring, and I've given them quotes, and I'm just waiting for them to come back. About $6,000.
Right.
And it's Wednesday. So the business is the business.
Yeah.
But for me, there's always an opportunity to be a blessing to somebody.
Right, absolutely.
Literally always an opportunity. And for me, you sow a seed where you want to go. So I sow seed when it comes to real estate videos, right? When I was really trying to get that off the ground, I was reaching out to different realtors. Hey, first one on me, the next one, this is how much it'll be.
Right.
Right? Now, they might take that first one and be like, I ain't paying him. But my job is to make the first one so dynamic.
Right. That you want to use me again.
They gotta come back.
Right.
And guess what? That's what's happening.
Right.
So it's all a plan. It's all a process, and all rooted in sowing a seed for a harvest that I want eventually. So I'm always, I don't care how busy I get, I'm always be willing to do something and go out of the way for my clients. Because one of the things I hang my hat on, I call myself Mr. Pick-Filet for a reason. That name has caught on crazy, by the way, because I pride myself in having customer service like Chick-fil-A. I believe that customer service, my retail background has proven and showed me that customer service is number one. I don't care what business you're in. I don't care, because the client has to spend money with you.
Right.
And if you don't go over and above for your client, why would they spend money with you, and why would they refer you?
Right.
I'm gonna give you a quick one, and then we're gonna go back to the next topic. Recently, I had a client who booked me for her 2 daughters' high school graduation. I was booked, but I told you I got the thing where I have photographers and videographers who I pay and send to go and do events for me.
Yeah.
So I did that this time, and my client was not satisfied 100% with the product. Okay. So now what I did do is I still gave her the stuff in a timely fashion. I still edited it. It wasn't shot like I shot. I understand people are probably used to my style and how I shoot, because I shoot a certain way with the edit in mind.
Yeah.
So when people don't see those certain angles and those cuts and the slow down and the quicker, when people don't see that stuff, they like, well, this ain't what I was looking for, because that's what I'm used to from you.
Yeah.
Long story short, I went over and above to ensure that she remained a client. So much so to the point where the last time I texted her, she didn't even respond back. So I was like, oh man, I probably lost her. But I knew I was just going over and above. I was giving her percentages off. You know, I went over and above to retain that client.
Yeah.
How about last week she booked me again for another event? After not even responding to my last text months ago.
Yeah.
She hit me up the other day and booked me for an event in November. I was through the roof. But what that showed me is customer service is vitally important.
Absolutely.
Even if you do a bad job, you do what you have to do to make sure you put yourself back in a good space with that client. So.
Do you feel like your business is at a point now where you don't have to advertise as much? You feel like your clients are pretty much your,
McDonald's is a billion, multi-billion, however many billions they got company. Walmart, all these companies. And you see their commercials every day. You see their billboards every day. Gordon McKernan.
Oh.
Come on, somebody.
Yes.
The G guarantee, right?
Everywhere.
Obviously, this man is loaded.
Yes.
He obviously, but
What
when
is
you
his
see
marketing
billboards,
budget? He's down the street.
that's what I'm saying.
Literally.
You see this man everywhere.
Yes.
You can't go nowhere in Baton Rouge and not see Gordon McKernan.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't even know what kind of lawyer he is, but if I ever need a lawyer, that's who I want because I see him so much.
I have never seen him in person ever a day in my life that I have lived in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. But I see him every day when I drive.
You feel like you know him.
Yes.
That's because he never stopped marketing.
Never.
Never. I have a former a mentor who at the point in my life when he was mentoring me, it was vital, the information that he gave. Ramaya Trash. Shout out to Ramaya if you're watching this. He had a phrase, always be marketing. ABM, always be, there will never come a day where I feel like I don't have to market. Because no matter how many clients I have right now, there is still millions upon billions upon of people who have no clue who Mike the cameraman is.
Yeah, that's true.
So no, never.
All right, so last question. What advice would you give to a young person that is wanting to step out into entrepreneurship?
That's a good one. Oh, let me think about that. Okay, so know for sure that is what you want to do. And don't be deterred by tough times. Because the only people who don't win is the people who quit.
Yep.
If entrepreneurship is what you want to do, if it's what you feel like you're called to, if you got a burning on the inside of you, figure it out and get it done. Because it's only a matter of time before doors open and so much begins to be poured in your life that you just, it's like they used to say, head swimming blessings, it's over your head. But you literally just have to be committed and just be willing to go through it. And don't let anybody talk you off of what you believe.
Yeah.
Because for the longest, what stopped me from going into entrepreneurship sooner is go to college, get a good job.
Yeah.
Work till retirement, and then you can enjoy life.
Yeah.
Had I not heard all of that stuff, had I had one person in my life say, you could do whatever you want to do.
Who was that?
I didn't. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, you didn't?
Had I had one person.
Yeah.
Had I had one person to say, you know what? If you don't want to go to college, that's fine.
Right.
But you got something in you that you can take and be extremely successful with.
Right.
Had I heard that one time, after going to college and not graduating, I realized I should have never went to college.
Ooh, you speaking my language right now.
I wasted 5 years of my life going to college. What I should have been doing is figuring out what is it that I'm really good at and then going to work on that.
Absolutely.
Because I felt like a failure by not graduating college when in all actuality, college was never for me.
Yeah.
Now that's not that other people.
Right.
Hey, if college is your thing, it's your thing. But I wasn't dumb. I just was bored because I'm a creative.
Yeah.
I need to be stimulated by creating things.
Yes.
But I had nobody with that kind of knowledge to tell me that at that time. So that's probably what I would tell somebody coming up. Be stimulated by what it is that you know is driving you.
Right.
If you don't want to go to college, don't go to college. If you want to go to college, go to college.
Right.
But never stop learning.
Yep.
And just hone in on what it is that you're great at and become great at that and work at that. And it can produce for you. I make more money now than cats I know who graduated with degrees when I was in college.
I think for me, so that's where I was. So went to Southern University, went there for 2 years. followed in the footsteps of my sister and my brother, who decided that they wanted to go into nursing. So I was like, okay, yeah, that sounds great. I'd love to be a nurse, right? Got to college, and I just was not focused at all. If anybody ever remembers me from 2006 to 2008 at Southern University, I had headphones in every single class.
Wow.
I was listening to music. I was listening to beats, and I was writing music while I was in class. And at that point, I knew college was not for me.
Yeah.
And I'm mad because I got all these student loans, but at 17, 18 years old, your last year in high school, you're not thinking, hey, what do I want to do? Some people may know what they want to do once they graduate.
Yeah.
At that point, I did not know. And I'm like, okay, well, the thing is everybody preaches, parents preaching, go to college. So that's the thing that I did. That's the right thing to do, right?
Right.
So I did that, following behind somebody else's footsteps, and that's not what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And so then I got into wanting to do hair. So I got my certification in that. And that's when the entrepreneurship mindset kicks in. And when I tell you, even in real estate, I love the fact that my day is not the same. I can wake up and I can say, hey, I'm going to show houses today. I can say, I'm going to go do an inspection, or I'm going to a closing, or whatever that looks like. But my day, I can literally wake up and be like, okay, cool. What we doing today?
Right.
If I want to go to my kids, program at school, I can do that because I have the flexibility to do that. But it does have its downfalls too.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when I want to go on vacation, I can't really vacation.
Yeah.
Because I'm at Disney on the phone because we're trying to put out a fire. But I'm like, okay, I'm going to call you right back. I'm trying to get on this ride. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not really like a real
vacation.
But those are things that you sacrifice being an entrepreneur so that you can have other freedoms in other ways.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Makes sense.
I love that. But I can relate to you in that aspect because it wasn't for me.
Yeah.
It was not. And I knew that. But it took me 2.5 years to realize it wasn't for me.
And like you said, we can't fault our parents because they didn't know no better.
Yeah.
We just weren't in a generation where entrepreneurship and creativity and all of those types of things was really a focal point like it is now.
Yeah.
See, we'll be able to tell our kids,
right,
college is great if that's what you want to do. But if you don't want to do that, if you don't want to do college, you can do something else.
Yeah.
We'll be able to tell our kids that.
Right. But you got to figure out what it is.
You got to figure. You definitely got to figure that out.
Really got to have that passion.
And I'll tell people all the time, because what I'm doing right now, like the videography and photography, I never knew that per se was a passion, but I can see how what I did know was a passion ties into it.
Yeah.
So it's why it's so effortless for me, and it's why it's so fun for me and so fulfilling for me.
Yeah.
But I was on Southern campus for 5 years.
Ooh.
And
what were you studying, by the way?
I was in business management.
Oh, okay.
I've always known I wanted to own a business.
Yeah.
But I just didn't know how to go about it.
Yeah.
And
that's stuff that we need to get more people out there to teach these classes to help people that want to be entrepreneurs. Like, hey, this is how you do that. Because I ain't lying. I'm still learning stuff in my business. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's every day. Oh, I didn't know I was supposed to do this.
Right.
We
all
are. It's always, every day is a learning experience.
College, when you say you wasn't focused, Lord have mercy. This was me. And this is the honest to God truth. I'm not exaggerating. This is what I did in college. Mondays, I went to class, went home. Tuesdays, I went to Poets. Mm-hmm. Wednesdays, I went to Rags. Thursdays, I went to Upscale for college night. Friday was either back to Upscale or Rags. I used to live right around the street from Upscale.
Yeah.
Saturday, it was Vibes.
Oh.
Yeah, I was ratchet. and then Sunday, I'm from Plaquemine. There's a club called Secret in Plaquemine. I would go to on Sundays. 6 out of 7 days of the week, I was in a club.
Oh my God.
And I was in college. So it was a club.
You were really a party.
Outside. I was really like, I had a calculus teacher. He would do classes and he would do problems in class. Mm-hmm. And I would always work the problem out correctly. But I failed every test. Mm. And one day he called me into his office. He told me, he's like, once he after class, come into my office. He said, you are super smart. He said, you're not dumb at all. You don't apply yourself. He said, when you leave this class, you don't do no work. And I can tell, because when we're in class, you know everything. Mm. But then when it comes to take the test, you forget it all. Mm. And it's because you're not doing the work that I'm giving y'all to do to retain it.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there, I'm listening to him. I'm like, man, you not lying. I just don't care. That's literally what my mindset was. He was trying to get to me.
Yeah.
But I just didn't know how to express to him, man, you're right. I'm a brilliant person. But this setting ain't for me.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to express that to him.
Yeah.
So I just sat there, took it. I was like, yes, sir, I'm going to do better. And I didn't. And, just ended up flunking out of school. So that's very important for people to know, man. You got to know. Some people are meant for college. I got a high school classmate of mine, one of my best friends. He went to Southern, got a 4-year degree. He's in Southern's Hall of Fame for the triple jump in track.
Oh, wow.
He's out in Houston working for NASA, doing great. My other best friend, all three, we were best friends. He's got a chemical engineering degree. He works at Dow making buku money. Mm-hmm. Went to school. He used to, do everything that he was doing and still graduated. I would be doing all that and I wasn't doing no schoolwork. So some people it's for.
Right.
It just wasn't for me. So, but yet and still, your boy popping.
Well, Mike, thank you so much. I really appreciate this.
Yes.